From a distance, the cliffs seem to move, not because of the land, but because there are simply so many birds. At first glance, this place may seem harsh, with strong winds, constant rain-rugged terrain, and near total isolation from the rest of the world. But it's that very harshness that directly shapes how people live here. It forces them to slow down, to be more flexible, and to rely on one another. And that's when a question begins to emerge. What truly keeps them here? Nature is constantly changing, but what keeps people here is not just the landscape. It is the way they connect with one another and with their own identity. The pharaohs began settling here around the 9th century during the Viking Age. But Vikings were not a single uniform group, as many people tend to think. They came from different regions, carrying different stories and origins before eventually arriving in remote places like this. Over time, those individuals formed a small community with a very strong and clearly defined sense of identity. Today, the Faroe Islands are part of the Kingdom of Denmark, but the Faroes have kept many things that are distinctly their own. They have their own flag. They have their own language, Faroes, which comes directly from Old Norse. These are not just symbols, they are still present in everyday life, serving as a way for them to avoid being absorbed into the rest of the world. That identity is not only expressed through language, but also through everyday habits. The cuisine here still preserves traditional methods such as fermented lamb that is air-dried by the ocean wind. The taste may not be familiar to many, but for the locals it is part of memory, part of the climate, and part of a way of life closely tied to nature. There is a small story that reveals a great deal about how they see their identity. For a time, Faroese was not supported on platforms like Google Translate. In many other places, that would only be a minor inconvenience, and people would quickly switch to a more widely used language. But here, they chose differently. People from local authorities to volunteers came together to build their own language data. They recorded videos, captured spoken phrases, and translated them piece by piece, slowly but persistently.
But San Antonio had given up the third fewest. They only give up.
No one required them to do it. They did it because they wanted to preserve it.